there are three terms: QA, QC, and testing. So QA is quality assurance, QC is quality control, and testing is testing. So here what you can see is, let's look at the figure on the right side. There is a circle, small circle inside QC, and another circle inside QA. So what does it means is, QA does the work of both QC and QA testing. QA must have the knowledge of both QC and testing. So now let's look at these differences. Okay, so approach of QA is proactive, QC is reactive, and testing is also reactive. It means that proactive, why QA is called proactive? Can you explain? So let me explain it. So what does is, QA not only does the testing but also they do documentation. And QA, its approach is proactive because to provide good quality of creating test case, test plans and test case, um, it is proactive. It provides the good quality by creating test case and test plan. So it is proactive. Just like suppose, like it says like, security testing, suppose there is a form, okay, there is a security testing is needed. um, it says needed, right? But security testing is needed, which includes hacking. Also it says compatibility testing is also needed because it should run in different devices or browser. So before any works happen, we apply the steps. Like for security, the product isn't developed, the product isn't completely developed, but before that product develop, or before any work happens, we apply the steps. Like for security testing, for prevention from hacking, we apply security testing. For to run the device, to run the application in a product in different devices or browser, we apply compatibility testing. So before actual work happens, we apply those steps. So it is proactive in nature. And it is QC and testing is reactive because, we work as per the product. After the product is developed, we work on that. So for example, let's say there is a two-person, there are two-person, the person A and person B. Okay, so person A feels like, I will slap person B. Okay, person A feels like I will slap person B. But here what happens is, the action isn't happen. He didn't slap the B, but he only feels like slapping. Action didn't happen, but feels like slapping. Okay, so that is the proactive nature. He has felt that he will get my slap at any cost. He feels that. So that feeling of slapping is proactive. But when that A person slaps B person, that B person will produce certain reaction. So it is reactive. Reactive happens after the action from the A person happens. So what it means is, A person feels like slapping, it is proactive, and B person react according to the slap of the A person, that is reactive. Okay, so that's the difference between QA and QC approach, proactive and reactive. And next is process oriented and product oriented. Process oriented for QA, that means, like I said before, QA doesn't mean only testing. It is a process that happens from requirement analysis to the end, that is deployment of the product. So it is process oriented because it starts from the beginning of the requirement analysis to the end of the product development. Okay, so what it does is, it talks about, are we building the product right? It says, are we building the product right? QA says that. Whereas QC says, are we building the right product? Like, it happens, QC happens only after the product is developed. It happens in the product. Okay, product oriented because it happens in the product. And then testing, it focuses on finding bugs and the mistakes. Okay, it happens in the product. It happens only after the product is developed, or Product is we get a product, something to test. It happens after we get something to test, right? So techniques in QA is developing strategies, establishing standards, creating test management plans. Okay, so QA includes like they create test plans, test cases, and different strategies for that test. And QC, whereas verify the quality of software using testing, code reviews, continuous testings. Okay, it only QA develop the plans, test cases, test plans, strategies, and QC verify the quality of the software through testing using different tools. Okay, then testing means conducting all type of testing through manual or automated testing. Testing different automation tool or manual test tools are used to conduct the testing. Only testing is done in testing. And time frame, like I said before, it happens throughout the development process from requirement to the end. And QC happens before the product release, that is before the product is released in the market. QCs happen. QC's role will come there. Then testing also along the development process, it happens along the development process. And then executors of QA are the entire team, including stakeholders. We have to explain why we are doing certain creating certain issues. Okay, and then QC happens in a small dedicated team, and testing is done by the test engineers and developers. That that's it. Okay, so I hope you understand difference between QA, QC, and testing. Another is the importance of QA. So why QA is important for us? Obviously, first point is ensure high quality software. So as I have mentioned earlier, the role of the purpose of QA is to provide quality product. So it ensures that the quality of the software should be higher, must be high. It ensures good quality, high quality of the software. Then enhance customer satisfaction, as I have given the example before about that two packet, one with labels and one without nothing, with no labels. The customer will prefer the one with label. So if you get high quality software, high quality product, then you will be satisfied. Suppose let's say you are buying a product name A. Okay, then and you are buying another product B, same product. Okay, let's say we are buying, let's only say A and B. We are buying A and B product. Okay, so product A is of high quality, which goes through different testing phases. It comes through different test cases, different testing phases with passing all those tests. Whereas B product, there are no tests done in it. Then among those two, when you use those two products, you will be more satisfied with the first A product than the B product. So the quality enhance the customer satisfaction. it it builds the trust of the customers towards the product. And then another is reduce overall development cost. So it means that when you develop the product or software, okay, so if the testing is done in every phase, okay, in from the beginning to the end, if we find errors, bugs, defects in the early phase, then it will reduce the cost of development cost, means maintenance cost. It will we will not have to repeatedly maintain those costs. And it will also decrease the development cost, because the developers will not have to be taking each and every code they do without any mistake. If they does the every they code, suppose they code, and then they are also doing testing, that it will take a long time to develop the software, as well as that development for that developing to happen smoothly, it will take lots of time as well as cost. So in that place, instead of making them to develop right code as well as test, we hire QA, and the testing part is done by QA. And it is not possible for developer to find each and every box of error. So uh, so QA does that, finding the errors, mistakes, and bug or defects, and then they will provide, if suppose if there is someone who can find the bug for you, then it will be easier for you to code than the coding and testing at the same time. So they will find the issue, the QA will find the issue or bugs, then provide it to developers. They can simply go to that line, then solve that error or mistake or bug, okay, then fix that bug, then that way we can reduce our development cost. And another is facilitate early detection and correctness of defects. So like I said before, we can detect errors, defects, bugs in early stage and correct those um, defects, so that it will be easier for the development process to run smoothly.